Welcome back to the class. For this video we are going to be looking at mistakes that you should avoid when holding a WhatsApp class. So you see, when it comes to holding WhatsApp classes, there are some certain things that you actually need to totally and absolutely avoid if you want to make a success out of the WhatsApp class and bounce some good money. You see, I've been holding WhatsApp classes for a while now, for more than a year now. Started during the lockdown, and there are some certain mistakes that I made while during the initial stages of holding WhatsApp classes when I started, and then those mistakes actually affected the impact that the seminar would have had on people, and invariably the turn up. Yes, you still have some turn up. You have 50 persons turning up, you have 70 persons turning up, whereas these numbers could have doubled or even tripled. So this section of the training will take you deep into some of these mistakes that I make and that you should avoid making totally if you want to bank good money with webinar. So let's kickstart this. Now, the very first mistake is that you should make sure that you have enough data, and not just WhatsApp data planned. I mean, bundle your phone. Now, if you have WhatsApp data plan, it could affect the seminar in that sometimes you might need to opt out of just the seminar itself and go to web pages, and you will forget that it is just WhatsApp data plan you have. So when you try going to Google, maybe to search for anything, or maybe go to any web browser to check up a website, you discover that you will not be able to do this because you have just WhatsApp data plan. And aside that, sometimes WhatsApp data plan could totally fail you. So make sure you bundle your phone. For most seminars, for most WhatsApp classes, 100 MB will be enough for you to take care of that. And secondly, do proper introduction of yourself, not just your name. Don't just say I'm so and so, I'm a digital marketer, a coach, and mini importer. No, people want to, what makes you qualified to take that particular class and to train them. So you don't just need to mention all those your titles per se. I will call them titles, but let them know that if you have been into the business for 5 years, let them know that you have been into the business for 5 years, even if it's for 6 months. Let them know that you have been into this social business for 6 months. You have made a lot of mistakes and you have perfected them, and you have made so and so, and your students are making so and so. So tell them your challenges, tell them your successes, and they will begin to see that yes, you are qualified enough to actually take the class. Even if you have persons in that particular class that are good with what you are doing, they will want to know you, they will want to go through the class, and they want to go for the advanced class to just learn more. Then number 3, switch off all kinds of distractions. Yes, all notifications from other social media platforms, switch them off and concentrate on the WhatsApp class. If you have a dog that you have not fed, or a cat, feed the dog, feed the cat. You don't want to be having your WhatsApp class and your dog is barking in the background. So all these things, all kind of distractions, phone calls, unneeded and unwarranted and uninvited visitations from friends and families, at that point in time should be cut off. So number 4, mute up the wall, that's your group chats during the class. You don't need any distraction from any member of the group, maybe asking questions or adding input when the WhatsApp class is going on. So from the group settings, as I showed earlier on, make it that it is only admin or admins, as the case may be, if you are more than one person, that will be able to make any additions to whatever you are saying during the class. After the class, you are done with the class, you can unmute it and allow all participants to ask questions. Then number 5, notify them that many people will be leaving the group and that shouldn't bother them. Because oftentimes, yes, it happens with it could happen to you, and it will happen to you, not it could happen to you. People will join the class, and when the class is going on, they will be leaving. You see, left. Now, it could be very, very demoralizing to many of the participants, because they will be wondering, why are people leaving? So you need to, even before the class starts, let them know that many persons, when the class is going on, that many persons will be leaving. It could be for a whole lot of reasons. It could be by mistake. It could be that they don't have enough data plans. It could be that they already have this information. So just notify them that people will be leaving, so this shouldn't disturb or distract them. Then 6, warn them against fraudsters and phone number scrapers, and to ignore any kind of anyone that will chat them up, telling them that they are admin of social group, or they met in that particular group. Or majority of these persons are spammers, are scammers, and fraudsters. So warn them against this, because this is also the reason why some people will be leaving the group. If some members of the group, or any member of the particular WhatsApp group, is chatting them up and inviting them to join any particular promotions or a network, it could frighten them and will make them to leave the group. Now, that's number 6. Number 7 of it, the next point, is that you should remove anyone that spams the group. As the lecture is going on, the moment you open it up, you discover that some persons will be making spam posts. Pay 10,000 naira to get 21,000, to pay 10,000 naira to get 20,000 naira in 24 hours, or inviting them to another group where they could have training. Any kind of spam, make sure you remove that person. It will act as a warning, and it will also make them know that you don't solicit, you don't condone spamming or any form of adverts within the group. So number 8, don't close up the group after any of your class. Even for those that didn't opt in, that didn't go for the master class, always leave that group open. I made this mistake a lot. The moment a group is done, I remove everyone. Please don't do that. Why I say you shouldn't do it is that there are some persons that don't have the money at that point in time. In the nearest future, they will have the money. So what you do is that leave those every once in a while, give them free stuff, still give them value even if they didn't join the master class. You discover that if, say, 100 persons didn't join the master class, within the next few days, within the next few weeks, the 5-10 or so will join your new master class. So that anytime you have a new class, you just make it in the group there, make the ad in the group, and some will opt in for that particular class. So also number 9, don't make the class too long. Please, yes, please, a WhatsApp class shouldn't be too long. Anything that lasts for more than an hour, going into 2 hours, become really, really boring, and you have endless notes. So just make it snappy. 30 minutes for the pre-class. Just make it snappy, go straight to the point, and everybody gets the whole thing, and they don't have to spend bundle, or if they have other engagement, they just get it done. They invite them for the advanced class. During the master class or the advanced class, you will not have the time to, you can make it 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, even a week training. So you have enough time to dwell into whatsoever you are training them on. Then number 10, don't make the price for the master class too high, especially if you have not gotten the trust of these persons. Now, if you make your master class, say you make it, let's say it's mini importation, you are making it 10,000 naira, you are not going to get a lot of persons. If you make it 10,000 naira and 2 people get in, that's like what? 20,000 naira. But if you make it like 3,000 naira and 100 persons get in, just do the math. 3,000 naira, 10 persons is 30,000. 100 persons is 300,000 naira. And the moment these buyers, you can keep on marketing to them. So you be smart, be a smart marketer. Don't be overly greedy, and also don't make it too cheap. If you make it 500 naira, apart from not making enough money, you make them believe that you are not going to give them enough value. So 3,000 naira, 2,000 naira when you are starting off. You can, when you have gained ground, enough testimonials, more than enough students, you can always make it 5,000 naira, because those your students will be bringing other people to your class. Then also give enough time to make payment. See, like 2 days. Don't tell them that they only have a few hours to make payments, or maybe just 24 hours. No. 2 days, 3 days, because people will go out, look for funds, borrow money. So if you make it just a couple of hours, or maybe 24 hours, you might have like 50 persons registered. But if you make it like 2-3 days, let's say max 2 days is okay, you end up getting between 100 to 150,000 naira, because they'll make calls to their friends, their relations, and try to get the 3,000 naira or whatsoever you are charging for your class. Then the final point is that don't give too much of what is meant for the master class. I have some of my students that have made this mistake. They get carried away and they teach during the pre-class. They even teach what they are supposed to teach for the master class, and those persons feel satisfied already, and they feel that there is no need for them to go for the master class. Hold some knowledge, give suspense, and throw a few lights on what they should expect for the master class. This will ginger them to go in for the advanced class or master class. So these are the mistakes that you should avoid totally when it comes to holding WhatsApp classes. So when we come back, we are going to be looking at those 5 bonuses that I'm giving to you, that is already a resource section. So you see everything you need to organize your WhatsApp classes right off the bat. So thank you once again, and God bless.